You heard anything?
I heard one thing. I don't know how true it is. He is talking to another team. Who the fuck was it, though? Oh, God, no. Now I'm going to blank. He is talking to another team, apparently. Now, who knows how correct that is? God, now I'm trying to figure out who it is. It's not a Yamaha team. Fuck.
No, it's not. Let me tell you what. Well,
he's burned the bridge with Yamaha.
Yeah.
Anything Yamaha related.
Have you heard what's going on with these teams as to why he's not there anymore? I'm not going to say it publicly.
No.
But I'll tell you after we get off.
It won't surprise me anything. I mean, I could almost guess. Shit. Who?
Take a guess.
What?
Take a guess.
Well, I've heard a lot has to do with his dad.
Yes. That's a
and I also don't think Evan.
I'll tell you exactly what it is because I was told what it is.
I also don't think Evan wants to race.
That I'm not sure about. That I'm not 100% sure about.
Yeah.
But there's some things going on behind the scenes that I'm not going to publicly talk about until somebody else does. But
damn it! Now I literally talked to somebody about this earlier this week, and I cannot for the life of me.
Was it your source?
I don't need to tell you that. No, I'm seriously upset because I did hear a team that he is talking to, but I don't think it's. Fuck, I'll probably think of it at some point.
Partzilla, Mad Parts.
That's who you've heard?
No, I don't.
Oh,
I haven't heard anything.
Oh, no. I heard he is talking to a team. It's obviously not a Yamaha team.
I knew this was coming.
Oh, for sure. We all did.
None of
he
this
didn't show up.
Me.
He
Yeah.
didn't show up to the races. I mean, granted that injury, what happened to him, whatever out of his control.
We all heard last week.
Who? Give me some time and I'll think about it. I'm trying to go back. But, yeah, I mean, dude, it's not a shock.
Just talk about a flop. You want to talk about a flop?
Well, him and Jet Reynolds are in the same boat.
They probably should have won 2 titles.
Probably should have won 3. Well, at that point, man, you put 4.
Yeah. So, but, okay. But bringing up Jet Reynolds, too, we can get into this. So the next thing I have on here is silly season stuff. Have you been hearing anything about Marchbanks?
That I have not.
I've heard he has some opportunities.
250 or 450?
That I'm not sure. But for some different teams, factory level teams.
I mean, we all heard a couple of years, or what was it, 2 years ago, that he had been testing with some different teams.
This sounds more solid. Like he's going to go somewhere else next year, which will be interesting to see. Which is wild
because that club bike's pretty damn good.
Do you want to know? So I guess, so this is funny because this whole silly season thing is interesting when it comes to the ClubMX team. So ClubMX, from my understanding, was approached by another manufacturer last year.
Yeah.
And given a very hefty offer. And Yamaha stepped up to keep them as a Yamaha team because they are basically the support team underneath of Star, correct?
Yep.
But here's the thing. Now when you start thinking about it, okay, J-Mart's going to retire after this year.
And honestly, man, I'll be really surprised if he rides outdoors.
So J-Mart's going to retire.
Cody Schock just got a new deal.
Phil's going to retire.
Yep.
Marchbanks possibly moving. That's 3 dudes off that team. So
Cody Schock's got a new deal.
Cody Schock,
Jet Reynolds.
And Jet Reynolds.
And Jet Reynolds is probably...
So now they got to find some more people.
I mean, dude, there's a lot. I think there's a lot of guys out there, though, that would love to ride that bike. 250 or 450.
Yeah.
Because now it's actually proven. I mean, J-Mart, he's been the only one that would really struggle with it. Nicoletti's been up front. He's led heat races. Marchbanks has led heat races. He's led mains. That 450, he's been top 5 at certain points outdoors and motos. Cody Schock's been up front. Cody Schock has won heat races. Obviously, Enzo, we saw what he did last year, leading heat races, leading mains. Like, the bike is good. The bike is not... It's not the bike anymore.
No.
Like, the team's solid. They're getting the support. The bike is good. They got a good engine development. The chassis is good. J-Mart is the only one that really struggled with it, but I think it's because he just came off of being on factory bikes for so long. It's like, hey, man, like, I got to put a little bit of work. Not that he doesn't, but whatever. So I think there's a lot of dudes that, like, you put them on a club bike, they do pretty damn well. I mean, there's a lot of guys that you could look at if they get bounced from a team, go to club.
Yeah.
Go to club, man. Like, it can help your career.
I think more of these teams need these factory-supported teams like
well,
this.
Dude, Honda was supposed to have this with Firepower in Phoenix.
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, I think they all should, because then you just have essentially a slot or a feeder system, and this goes back to last week when I was fixing the sport. Then you have a feeder team that feeds into your main team.
Yeah.
So then someone gets hurt, you just bump them up from that team to the other team, and then you bump some privateer something onto the factory supported teams like this. Like, this is simple to me. I don't understand why we don't do it.
I mean, once again, I know that we always bring this up, but it's a great example. Like Formula One does it with all their teams. Like Red Bull, dude. Red Bull has freaking the RB team.
Yeah, because okay, so what would we have? So Triumph, obviously, at some point here. Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Husky, KTM,
Beta,
Gas.
Beta.
I'm not counting Beta yet. Yeah. So you have 8 teams.
Yep.
So if they all had a secondary team, and you had just two guys, 2 guys per team, per bike class or whatever. I mean, right there, you've got 32 people.
And honestly, man, I think a lot of these factory teams that are putting money into these, and we'll just go with the most recent example, Casey Cochran, put them on your satellite team beforehand.
We'll get to Cochran.
Because, dude, that once again, that's what they do in Formula One. Like, you have to go through the Formula 2 or Formula 3 or Formula E series.
Yep.
You have to go test, drive for this team. That's what Max Verstappen did. Like, that's what every one of them did. Daniel Ricciardo, Yuki Tsunoda, Zhou and you, all of them. Prove yourself with our, I don't want to say underling team, but our development team, our supported team. And then when you go out and prove you can actually, with a little bit less stress on you and a little bit less of a bike, then you get bumped up to the factory team. And a lot of these kids went fucking burn out.
Yep.
A lot of these kids' careers were not, because I'm here to tell you, Cochran's career is going to be over before it even started.
Yeah, there's no way he's back next year.
And we've seen it. Talon Hawkins. Luckily, he landed on a team.
Yeah.
And we saw it a lot over at TLD when it was before it was Gas, when it was KTM. Mitchell Falk, Sean Cantrell. Thankfully, Derek Drake has rejuvenated his career, but now he's been out for a while.
Yeah.
All these different teams. Justin Heft. All these kids.
But this is the thing, is where it's like, okay, sweet. So you should have, obviously, Star is the full factory team. You should have your 2 450, your 2 250 guys. You can do 2 250 guys per coast, whatever you want to do, right? And then you should go to Club, and Club should have 2 450, 2 250 guys. Yep. PC should have 2 450 guys.
Yep.
And they should be the underling for Kawasaki. Yep. Kawasaki should have the 2 main dudes for the 250 and the 2 main dudes for the 450.
I mean, back in the day,
should
dude,
do the same thing, and this is just the way it should be.
I mean, dude, back in the day, like, it pretty much, that's how it worked. Like, you rode for Mitch's team, and when you went to the 450 class, you pretty much went to Factory Cowie.
Yep. That's that's just the way it should be. Because then, like I said, then it works just like Formula One. There, like you said, of like, okay, cool, somebody gets hurt. Tomac goes down. He can't race his Star Yamaha. Sweet. We just bump up whoever, Justin Cooper, who would be on the on the ClubMX team. Sweet, no problem.
Yeah.
They get a small salary on that team. You get your big salary when you get to the big team. Like, this is simple to me.
And dude, we saw it enough too. Same thing with Geico Honda back in the day. Like when Trey and Will and all those dudes, they dabbled on the other coast, bumped up to the 450. And Shorty did it way back in the day. Tommy Hahn, when Honda still had when they first had their factory 250 squad.
Yep.
Like everybody, like, hey man, like, you're riding for the team. Somebody got hurt on the 450 this weekend. You want to ride the 450 this weekend? Go up and do it. Davey did it a lot, and Davey, like,
it's all there to be in place.
We had it.
I mean, you have AJE with the gas team. Okay, cool. They can support TLD.
AEO with KTM.
Is there a Husky team? Is that the only one we don't have?
No, there's not a Husky team.
So we got to figure out a Husky team.
I'm pretty sure that'd be easy at this point.
Super simple. Even what's it called? Suzuki has it though. I mean, you have HEP, and then you have BarX as the development team. Yep. Okay, cool, no problem. So it's all there. It's all there. And
the BarX team is actually doing pretty well this year with Anthony Borden.
Yeah, so it's like, it's all there. Like, the infrastructure is all there. Like, dude, just run it.
Yeah.
Just run it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We got to figure something out. But yeah, if all that happens to Club, like, there's a lot of dudes. You know what? Put Henry Miller on one of those Club 250Fs.
Dude, there you go. All right. Holsterco reload rant.
Okay, what's your rant?
Okay.